Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom. Thank you so much for joining me here today on the channel. I am here with my 2015 Volkswagen Jetta Model TDI. It is a 2-liter and today I'm going to try my hand at replacing one of these. So this is a gas strut, and specifically the strut is to hold the trunk lid up, or actually assist in opening it. When you pull the lever inside, the trunk lid just kind of pops up all the way to where it is right now. When it's down all the way, it doesn't really hold any pressure and it actually slams down. But once you get it past the halfway mark, you can see that it goes all the way up. So instead of risking getting hurt or injured or otherwise, I'm going to try my luck at replacing this. I've never done this before, so this is going to be new for me, and we'll see how this goes. This is a Amazon buy, nothing special. I did not get this through the dealer or anything like that. This was, I think this was about $30 or so. And in the dealership, at the dealership, they wanted about $150 just for this part. And I thought that was a little extreme. I didn't think it was going to be that complicated to do, so I'm going to try my hand at crawling in here, crawl my massive self in here, and try to undo these tabs, pull out the old one, put this one in, and it's relatively easy to install. You can kind of see right there, there's a little clip that you need to put a screwdriver in here and pop this open to release the little teeth that are in there. I don't know if they show up on camera. You can kind of see the reflection there. And once those teeth are released, you can pop it in, push this back in to lock it in place, and you do that on both ends. And in theory, we should have a replaced strut. Now, as far as this install goes, I am not even sure if this part will fit. This is one of those, like I said, internet specials that you put in your make and model and it pops up 10,000 parts. So I'm gonna hope this works. Ironically, this order came with 2. So I guess I have a spare one. The funny part is about it that this was listed for this car specifically, but I don't see on this side any of the mounting points for the strut. So I thought originally that maybe I was missing one, and I'll look at it a little bit closer with all the lights and stuff that I put in here to film this. But as far as I can tell, the strut is on the passenger side and it's only one. So we'll check it out, we'll give it a shot, and then if it works, it works. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board. Maybe even go back to the dealership and buy the $150 part. So let's crawl in here and check it out. All right, so now that I'm sort of in the trunk, now obviously I'm too big to fit into the trunk altogether. So I'm gonna try to do this kind of kneeling into the trunk and trying my best to capture everything that I can. Let's see. Here's the strut that I am going to be replacing. This is the old one still. I was trying to compare it to this one, and to be honest, it looks identical. It would end up going into this hole here. So it looks like it's the same length, and it should function correctly. Yeah, I don't see anything majorly different besides maybe the stamping on the side. But let's see what we can do here. So one of the things that you may have noticed when I first started this video was I actually backed the car up onto a ledge that's kind of a steep grade attached to where my garage door comes down. So this ledge tilts the car forward at a very steep angle, so the back is lifted up much higher than the front, and as such I'm hoping that that'll keep this tailgate or this trunk lid from essentially cutting me in half. I don't think it'll do that. If it does, I got like an umbrella over here or something that I can wedge in here to make sure that it doesn't come down on me. But from what I can tell, all you need is one of these little flathead screwdrivers, and essentially what happens is it kind of goes like this. And I'm hoping this little camera here can pick up what I'm actually doing. And we'll see, maybe we'll adjust it a little bit. But essentially you put in your screwdriver right in here and you kind of just lift it out. This screwdriver might actually be too big for this, so I may have to. And the trunk lid started coming down. So that actually popped off a lot easier than I thought it would. Let me put something in here that'll prevent this lid from coming down on my head. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't have anything that I can put into this area for it to not come down on my head. I'm surprised that these springs that are in here are not strong enough to hold this lid up all the way, which is really weird. So I may need to look at those things next, if they're old and weathered or whatnot. Might need to be replaced, but we'll see. For now, I did get this off. I don't need to really be in the trunk anymore, outside of installing the new one, which I'm about to do. But I have to get the other end of this strut off first, and that we're gonna go inside the car for. So let's go over there. All right, so we're now in the back seat here, and I'm trying to do this as best as I can without breaking anything, because it is extremely difficult for a guy my size to work on anything like this. So yeah, we're gonna try this and see, and hopefully it works out pretty well. But I did just realize that I left the screwdriver in the trunk, so 1 second. All right, got the screwdriver. So here's what we're looking at. Right behind this plastic trim up here and this white sheet metal, as well as this plastic trim, is this carpeting. This carpeting kind of wedges in here. It's got a little styrofoam tip right here that goes into this hole right here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get it down a bit. This hole here. This hole is the one that's got the other end of that gas strut in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go in there and try to do this as gingerly as possible. Although I will tell you, this screwdriver is too big. Hold on, let me get a smaller one. Okay, let's try this again. Smaller screwdriver. And let's see if we can do this without breaking anything here. It just fell out. So that did work. Okay, this camera just took a dive, but let's see if we can just fix that here in a second. Oh, okay. This is the old strut. So let's take this out here and compare it to the new one and see if there's any noticeable differences. Let's see if we can make sure that this will work. So let's go over there and check it out. Okay, so I'm at the trunk again, and I'm just comparing the new with the old. This is the one we just pulled out. And I must admit, the installation points are almost identical. I know it's hard to see. The shape's a little different, but it looks identical. Even the little metal clips that are inside seem to have the same shape. And the other end is also relatively close. Yeah, I would say that they're about the same. The strut is the same length from, you know, top to bottom. Let me get this lined up. Yeah, so it's roughly the same length. Let me see what the writing is on this. Of course, I did not bring my glasses, so we're about to see how good I can read without my glasses on. Oh, okay. First thing I noticed, that's the new one. Let me just put it over here. The old one says, oh, this is German. Hoher Druck, nicht öffnen, nicht erhitzen, Entsorgungsvorschrift beachten, high pressure, do not open, do not heat, observe disposal instructions. That's a literal translation of that. Let me see what this one says. This one also is German. Nicht öffnen, nicht erhitzen und Entsorgungsvorschrift beachten. It says, nicht öffnen, do not open, nicht erhitzen, do not heat. And then Entsorgungsvorschrift beachten, observe disposal instructions. So, same. Now, here's a question that I have that I don't know if you guys have, but I certainly do. This one at VW was going to cost $150. One of them. I went online and I ended up getting two of these. They appear identical. Two of these for $30. That's a massive price difference, especially if this works out. If this one works, then I'm going to probably be asking my sales manager at VW why they were trying to charge me a 500% markup from 30 to 150. Yeah, I don't know how. Trying to see if this one. Oh yeah, this one's weak. That one I can push in very easily. This one takes a lot more strength, and it also has a lot more oomph coming back out. Okay, let's look at the old one again. Make sure this one doesn't hit the ground because I don't want to damage the assembly there. Yeah, this has no go-go juice whatsoever. I mean, this is 10 years old, so I get it. This one is what, 4 weeks old? There actually is not a date of manufacture on here, so but yeah, suffice it to say, it takes a lot of juice to get this going. Let me get you back in the car here, and we'll install this, and then we'll see what we got. So with one hand, I am actually going to hold this, and then with the other, we're going to install this. That's it. On this end, that's it. Let's go inside and check out the other side. Okay, so we're back in here. I do see the other end of the gas strut. Using the screwdriver here, I'll point it out. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually right here, right at the end there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to reach over, hold the trunk lid so it doesn't slam down, because at this point, if it slams down, it's taking this with it. Okay, so let me make sure that I need to bring it out some so I can turn it this way and then pull it back up. Oh man. This is tricky. You know, I thought having long fingers would help. I don't think it does in this case. And I also just noticed that opening the trunk lid all the way does not max out the strut. So, okay, so we're looking in here. Right there you can see the end of the strut. You can kind of see it going out to the trunk. But on this metal piece right here is a knob that sticks out like this. So this strut protrudes this way towards the trunk, or towards the back seat, more than this knob. So you have to push this strut in to itself to line it up, and then use your index finger to forcefully push that on to the knob. And that's where you get that latch. You probably heard it click in the video. All right, so we're back at the back here. I'm just taking the lights out so that way nothing is in the way of me shutting this trunk lid. Let's test this out and see how it behaves. So in theory, oh yeah, that's good. So let's open it up and see what it does. That was pretty exquisite, if you ask me. I think that worked out really well. Let's try the door latch. All right, there we have it. So that is how we replace a $150 OEM part with a $30 Amazon knockoff. Seems to work just fine. This is made by a company called, it just says Global Logistics Fulfillment Centers on here. They got a number for Canada, they got a number for US, and then an international number. Oh, Statig looks to be the manufacturer. So yeah, all it took was literally a search for trunk lid struts for 2015 Jetta TDI model cars. This was one of the first hits. It was also one of the cheapest hits, and I thought, wow, get two for 30 bucks. So if one fails, you can go right on ahead and replace the second one, replace the first one with the second one. So it works out really good. Not a difficult installation, but you do need a flathead screwdriver, and you do need some strength in your index and thumb, index finger and thumb, because it does take a little bit of force to get the strut side onto the little nub that it mounts to. But good news is you don't have to use the screwdriver to undo the clips when you're installing it. So let me get the old one back out and show you. So this is the old strut here, and what you need to do is right here on the end, there's actually an indentation for you to wedge a screwdriver in there, like so. And then that releases the tension of the fingers in there, and you can pull it out. But then when you put it back in, these fingers are angled in a way that they're angled downward, so when you're putting it on, they clip on, but they don't come back off. So I'm gonna leave that there. Whew. I thought it'd be a lot cooler than what it is right now. It got really warm all of a sudden, and I'm not dressed for the occasion, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, go down below, like the video, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.